It's Sunday the 27th of January, and it's been so cold recently that even the snowdrops haven't come out. But that hasn't deterred members of the Vintage Sports Car Club. Today they've come to Brooklands to compete in driving tests. The venue is absolutely original and iconic. It's quintessentially British. The cars, old as they are and valuable as they are driven really hard. And there are some that would say that the competitors are completely bonkers to be doing it. But I've looked around today, and it's not just the competitors, it's the families, the friends, the officials and spectators who are clearly having huge fun. So why don't we go and join them and see what they're up to?
Michael Brown. It's a 1930 Riley 9 Tourer body that we made ourselves, and we like coming out and competing in all this sort of event. We do rallies and hill climbs and sprints.
Yeah, my wife Sarah.
Hello.
1935 Falcon. It was once. It's obviously now a lightweight special. It had been in a barn in Ireland for 35 years, completely decrepit, used for spares. We kind of saved it from the scrapyard and put a new body on it, and this is our very second try at doing these events.
So how long have you had the car?
3 years, about
yeah.
3 years. At least I'd say about a year and a half of getting it going and on the road. And I think we've done maybe 1,000 miles since.
I can see it's fully air conditioned. Are you going to be allowed to sit there during any of the competition?
Yes, I'm here navigating for the first time. My daughter, who's 17, had to go last time, and I'm quite excited, really, having just seen how it all works. We'll see.
I think you're very brave. If you tell him to go the wrong way, I don't want to come and see you later.
It'll be a first argument in 17 years.
Everything is always the driver's fault. Nothing is ever the wife's fault.
So why are you not at home, sitting beside a fire, watching and reading Sunday papers in the warm and having lunch?
Because this is just so much more fun. I mean, what a fabulous hobby to have. It makes him exceptionally happy, and I'm very, very happy to be a part of it for as long as we can do it.
She's right. It's right. We're going to try and do this into full retirement and out the other side.
Right, so it's a 1932 MGM type, and it's built like a Brooklands replica racer. So it's got the cut-down body and the thinner guards. Great fun. It's just great fun. It is. I mean, it's just a hoot.
Are you sure of the route?
No.
In that case, I'll leave you to have another look at it so that I don't get blamed for you going wrong. Good luck today. Morning there. Could you just tell us your name and a little bit about your car?
Hi, my name's Ben Brereton. This is my uncle's car. It's a Chrysler. It's my first time driving it in an event, so it should be good. Looking forward to it.
This test, and I've been watching them go around, is a test of agility and braking. And your car is huge, and it's got to be heavier than some of the others. So how's it going to do?
We'll have to find out. The steering's obviously a lot harder, so you have to work it a bit more than just driving a normal car, but let's definitely give it a go.
Have you driven in any of the other VSCC events?
Yes, I normally do the light car Welsh in events like Magersfield and stuff, normally in Austin Ulster or Austin 7 Chummy, so it's going to be a bit different. We bought it, we've had it for about just over a year now. It's from Australia, so we had it shipped over.
My name is Jonathan Rose, and this car is an Allard. It was built by Sidney Allard in 1938. He trialled it for the 38 season, and then in 39 he converted it to be a hill climb car. So it's got a fabulous history, the car. But unfortunately the war then put everything on hold until afterwards, and it didn't emerge after that. It was used by and owned by Lady Mary Grosvenor after that, and she trialled it. And then it was put in a garage in 1971, and I got it out of the garage 4 years ago and started using it again.
I think it's fabulous. Look, I know you're about to do your testing, so good luck. I leave you to it. Hi, I know you're about to go and I don't want to spoil your concentration, but have you got a minute? Just first of all, tell us your name and a little bit about your car.
My name's Tobias Bruce. This is a 1926 Lee Francis. Quite slow, only 23 horsepower, but yeah, I drove it up here from Bath, and hopefully you'll be getting me back as well. It's going well at the moment.
That's terrific. Did you restore it yourself?
No, I got it like 2 years ago. But it's never been fully restored. It's always been kept going. I had a letter a few weeks ago from somebody who owned it 72 years ago, and he did a lot of work on it. So it's nice to be in contact with all this.
Oh, but what do you get out of being a member of the VSCC?
Well, I haven't been a member for long, only 18 months or so, but I've enjoyed all the events I've entered. It's nice to be able to use cars as they're supposed to be used and be among fellow like-minded people. So yeah, I enjoy that very much.
Great. Have you got any plans for the rest of the year?
Lots of trials. Some more driving tests, hopefully. This isn't really a racing car, but so I won't give that a go, but maybe one day.
My name is Angelica Fuentes. I am Mexican.
And is this your car?
No, it's not. It's a lovely story. My husband bought this car in bits and pieces many years ago, and then the engineer that is looking after the London to Brighton said, you know, you're never going to build this car, so sell me your project. And he put it together, and now I am the lucky one that gets to drive it.
Coming from Mexico, you must not be very impressed with our weather here. You're very brave to come out.
I know, well, I have been living in London for 15 years, but although I haven't, you know, I'm not used to this weather, but, you know, it's a lovely day, the sun is out, and doing these events. This is my second event. I did the first one last November, and I loved it more than I thought. So here I am, and hopefully this year I will be doing more of this.
I mean, it seems to me that it's a day out for everyone.
Yes, it is, and it's lovely, and I think it's, you know, Brooklands with so many history, and it's a lovely event. All the people around here is friendly, and you know, motorsport, I always say, you know, people were here to enjoy, and it's a lovely way of enjoying this sport.
Has the car got any Brooklands history?
No, I don't think so. The only highlight of this car, he did a little bit of trials. You can see some awards that it won, and at the time it was driven, there's a picture that this car was driven by Sir Stirling Moss. So that's when I saw that, and I was told, I was like, oh, I can't drive that car, it's so precious. But no, yeah, so, you know, calling the engineer and owner, he said, if you break it, don't worry, you're not going to break it, we're going to repair it. So, but so far it has been very good. It's really, you know, didn't give us any problem at all last event, so hopefully it will perform very well. It looks easy, but when you are out there like, what, it was left or right, but hopefully I will do it well.
I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
David Kleins. Dr. Thomas. I just let myself down badly because I haven't done this before, and I crossed the line thinking that's what you do, and so he's beaten me on the first goal already. So
is there a family competition that's already been decided?
massive, yeah. Age against beauty, I think, is how we're putting this. Yeah.
Well, never mind you two guys. What about your car? Come on, tell us about that.
So we bought this back in September. So it wasn't the car we were looking to buy, but we've ended up with this lovely little AC Royal. So it was new to the Isle of Man, and then spent a lot of its life in the Black Family Museum up in Yorkshire. and then came on the road again last few years and hasn't really done much, so we've just gradually been getting it back on the road and working again. So it's our first vintage car, so it's been good fun.
So really, you don't know a lot about the history, but you can presumably give it history now by competing with it.
And we've got a lot of the old logbooks and things are all there, so we can work out where it's been throughout the years. But yeah, we can start using it now after it's sat still for so long.
Who decides who's going to drive?
Oh, well, I let Tom go first. I wanted to make sure I could go up that hill before I had to go, so I gave him that pleasure.
How are the brakes?
Yeah, they stop. Yeah, 2 of them. Yeah, we've only got 2 brakes, 2 on the back. No, it's for a 94-year-old car, it's amazing, really. There is a lot of torque. Yeah. I felt on that slope, it got stronger as it got up further, so that was good. But basically, it's getting used to this gearbox, trying to get it from first to second. That's the hard.
What do you mean? What's difficult about it?
You have to double the clutch, and then apparently there's some sort of a braking system on the clutch. So when you get it depressed, you must rev it high and then get it into second.
So you take the pressure off.
Yeah, but I haven't mastered that at all. I just crunch it. Tom's great at it.
It's a terrible thing to say, just crunching it.
I can't help it. I'm just so nervous about driving the thing that's how it is.
Good luck today, and I hope you don't get lost on the... I wouldn't want to do this. I'm sure I'd get lost. Cheers.
Thank you.
So you're not actually doing this test, but you're just playing at mechanic, are you?
Something like that. I've just moved the car along for my husband.
Well, we spoke to him earlier, and so we know a bit about the car. But are you going to drive it in competitions yourself?
Yes, I have. I've trialled it before, and I've done this driving test before. I did it last year, but I thought I'd let him have a go.
So how do you work out who's driving where?
Availability, first come, first serve, that kind of thing.
And what do you like doing most, trialling or do you do sprints, hill climbs?
Trialling at the moment. I've done trialling and driving tests. I have never done a hill climb. I may do if I can gear myself up for it. Trialling's the best, really, because you get a car of people. It's exciting. It's a team effort. That's the best, in my opinion.
So what is it about being a member? Because you're a family member, you also participate.
It's just you get to meet a whole load of great people who are all passionate about cars and the whole range of activities that the Sports Car Club offer, and you get to spend a lot of time outside with your family and friends. What's not to like?
What's not to like, indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Katie. You didn't know it, but Mark was filming your run through the cones just then. It looked really good. How did it go for you?
Actually, brilliantly. She's not got the greatest turning circle, so actually when you come down off the embankment, I thought I was going to crunch into the wall at the end, but absolutely fine, we managed to make it round. But fortunately she's actually quite manoeuvrable, which is really why I bring her, because I think it's quite important for people to know that even the big cars you can still spin around cones and do silly things with.
You've obviously had lots of practice. Do you drive her on the road?
Yeah, we take her out, especially in the summer, nearly every weekend. I think we've done about 150,000 miles on her. We've done a lot, so we try and do as much as possible. So yeah, we use her regularly.
I know a little bit about the history of the car. It used to belong to a Maharaja, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. She was owned by the Maharaja of Narba and was in that family right from sort of 1913 all the way up to about 1990. So she's only had 2 owners since new, which is phenomenal. So yeah, she's got a wonderful history. And original, virtually every part in her is as she came from India. We had to do quite a bit of restoration on the engine, but no, she as she was really in 1912.
So the reputation of Rolls-Royce of being a car for life, really, that is quite true. Do you have to replace many parts?
No, I help with my dad do quite a bit of maintenance on the car every season, so every time we bring her out after the winter we do quite a lot. But no, like touch wood, she's incredibly reliable, she's fantastic, and we've never had any major problem with her. And as I say, doing things like this isn't your normal thing that you probably associate with doing a Rolls-Royce with, but even so she still manages it, and it just shows how versatile the cars are as well.
It's really good to see a lady driving, and I would say that you handled the car beautifully. Have you got any aspirations of going racing or anything else?
I would love to. I possibly might try and find a nice little Riley to go racing with, maybe for this year. I do lots of horse racing, so I've actually ticked that horse racing off my list, so now maybe car racing might be the next thing, yeah.
Well, watching you handle the car, I thought you were a bit special. Now I know why.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I think also because I love the car so much, and I think it's so important, which is why I come to events like this, because although, as I say, she's not designed for doing things like this, she's enormous and completely impractical, it's just so lovely to drive her and for other people to see her and just, yeah, to get out and about and do something lovely with my parents. So it's wonderful. I feel very lucky.
Well, good luck to you, Anne.